Hey guys, so here is Mythic Ovi'nax, the fifth boss in Nerubar Palace. Really fun fight, mainly focused on AoE. So any classes that can cleave passively or do really strong AoE, aka warriors, rets, and DHs and DKs, are insane on this fight, as per usual. But yeah, as a you really want to be playing either Assassination or Outlaw on this fight, I'd say. Assassination is a lot stronger because priority target, like Caustic Spatter, is just such a strong talent, and it's just really good for this fight. There's a specific talent build that we're running on Ovi'nax that, you can be running Crimson Tempest. It's not essential anymore since they nerfed the adds HP by a lot, and the boss's HP got nerfed by 15%. But I'll link both builds that are a lot of people are running in the description below.
Five, four,
So this fight is also kind of like a weak aura fight. As you can see, we have markers set up over there behind the boss. You're gonna need those because instead of one person for an egg break, it now takes two people to break an egg, and that's going to be really important because you're going to need someone to manually be marking markers or marking the eggs, and then the weak aura is going to tell you which eggs you're going to be breaking. As you see, we're starting off with the Skitterers canister first because these are the easiest to deal with. Empowered worms and empowered big spiders are really not fun, and they're really annoying to deal with throughout the entire raid. These ones you can actually manage with like CC and stuff. See? We have 2 stars, 2 oranges, 2 purples, 2 triangles. They each go to their marker, and then they break them. Here we go. You see there, I'm first kick on the worm, which is going to be the same throughout the entire fight. So you see a 1 and then my name above it, and I'll be kicking this. You see, ads die pretty quickly. There's not much to worry about. Just break the eggs. Make sure you're breaking eggs, staying alive, not eating swirlies, and the boss will die fairly quickly. So here we go. We get webs and then swirls. So this web people need to move out. They're already pre-moved out, which is really good. Swirls, and now we're getting this, the markers. You see I'm orange, so I'm going on to orange. Doesn't matter too much if you're stacking on the other player. It's fine. It's way better to just break the eggs than to not break the eggs. If you don't break the eggs, it's basically a wipe. So if you have to cleave your partner to break it, do it. Also important to note, a lot of people are confused on like when to pop cooldowns. Like some people save it for ads, but as Assassination Rogue, you definitely want to do it off cooldown at the start of the fight because the timings line up really well. Like all the sets that are really scary, you will have your cooldowns for if you do it at the start of the fight. So here we're breaking star. You see we're just standing on each other. We do not care. We just want to make sure that we are breaking the egg so we don't wipe. Then we're grouping everything together. I get first kick on the worm. Now we're just doing our regular priority target on the boss. And now we're moving the boss over here towards the little divot. And this is kind of like an optimization thing, since it takes a little bit for the boss to move to the canister. The farther away, the longer it takes for them to start sucking on the canister. So that's why we do it. It's really not that big of a deal, but if you want to do it like this, then that's perfectly fine too. Just don't go too far, then it's just kind of pointless. So now the boss is moving. We're in the second area. There's a lot more big spiders in this area, and want to make sure that we're killing those as fast as possible because they will eat your tanks alive if they don't die. So as you see, there are so many swirlies on the ground that visual clarity is really annoying on this fight. Like the boss is massive and there's just swirlies all over it. So you want to be very mindful of where you're standing. It's super important. You could probably take one, but if you take 2 or 3, you're just dead. So we kill that first worm, and now we're moving to the second worm so we can get passive cleave off of it. And now most of the stuff is dead. This next set is really important because there's going to be 3 worms. So that means you're going to need like 16 people to kick their worm at a proper time. So make sure everyone's on top of that. It's really important. If the AoE goes off, you're pretty much dead. You may be able to survive one, but not worth the risk. So here we break eggs. I see my marker. I see my kick. And then kick it. And then we go back to prioritizing the boss. Just doing Phantom Knives and Venom, our normal CD rotation, and making sure that everything is just dying around it. And now this set is pretty chill. It's mainly a tank set that they have to worry about because there's 3 big spiders. If your tanks are struggling on this set, it's not a bad idea to prioritize focusing 1 big spider down so the tank only has to deal with 2 of them. It makes their life a lot easier and you practically lose nothing for it. So here we're breaking them. There's no worm, so no one has to worry about kicks. We just worry about getting these ads down as fast as possible. Now the spiders are about to die. We're kind of... You can go farther back into the crevice back there if you want to drag the boss, but it's really not that necessary. Like here is just fine. You get plenty of time to hit the boss. Range don't have to move. And you'll see that shortly. Next container is in 2 seconds. And here he starts moving. See, as you see, range barely have to move at all. And then here's where you're going to want to lust, because this set is extremely hard. The worms will start casting fast. And there is, I believe, 3... No, there's only 2 worms that you have to kick here. But this is where we lust, and everyone has their cooldowns up. See here? Oh, there is 3 worms. So, yeah, 16 kicks once again, and we have lust. I see my kick. Pretty far, but that's okay. I get my kick, and then I just go straight back to boss. Making sure all of our buffs are up, caustic spatter's up, rupture, Garrett, everything. Making sure that we're getting the most cleave that we can on all the little ads. And it's nice too, since the lust is in execute phase, we're doing so much more single target. And now, if you've done that step properly, you've practically killed the boss. If the HP looks similar. These next sets aren't too bad. There is a couple worms and a couple scares like usual, but that set previously is the hardest one that you can do. So here we go, breaking ads. I see my kick. I'm positioning to get my kick, and then we go back to boss, as always. And now we're realizing, since the boss is really low, we don't have to do all of these eggs. So what we do is we only break the 3 closest to the purple canister thing, because that's what happens, right? In any difficulty, if the egg touches the purple stuff on the ground, it comes out empowered. So as you'll see, once we start getting into position for this, it's orange. The orange marker is the one that we don't break because we don't have to deal with it. Here, we're breaking yellow. Luckily I had cloak here. As you see, I have like 5 swirlies just spawn on me. If I didn't, I would probably just die. Right here, make sure we get our kick, and then go back to boss. Now it's practically a DPS race, so that the swirlies don't, or not the swirlies, the canister ooze doesn't touch the orange worm. In position, I noticed that my kick is about to be up, so I'm getting ready. Kick it, and then we should be good after that. And now it's just a free-for-all for wherever you're standing. Like, there's just... This is what I mean by the visual clarity is just so hard. It's just so hard to see anything on the ground at this point. But you got to do your best to make sure you're not dying. I thought I died to a swirly, but luckily it was just a tank. Not luckily, but it was the tank explosion, so there wasn't much I could do about that. Then I get B-res, but I'm looking at the spot. There's just a ton of swirlies. Luckily, someone else got B-res and they managed to live, so good. Yeah, that's the fight. Really fun fight. A lot going on, but if you manage to do it, then good for you guys. It's a great fight. So see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.